All right, I think we are live. Hey, hey, hey. It's Tuesday. It is summer solstice. Happy solstice. Happy winter solstice if you're down under. Right on. Love to see who's here. I am doing this both on Facebook Live and Instagram Live, so I'm kind of going woo back and forth. But loving this, loving to reconnect with you. It's been a while. It's been a while. I am Paulette Rees-Denis. I am your transformational lifestyle and business coach for creative women who are on the verge of becoming something more, becoming something new, stepping further into your dreams. And I love to reach out to you and talk to you and find out what's happening, what is happening, and share some good experiences and stories and feedback and tools with you as your coach, as your mentor, as your friend. Because I have been around the block a few times, my friends. But today what I wanted to talk about was just I wanted to touch on this thing that I've been talking to people recently, women in particular, who have gotten more sedentary. Women in mid-career, middle life, time to reevaluate. And we're coming out of this pandemic. Yes, we're still in it. Yes, we're coming out of it. Wherever you are in the world is always a different story. But it's time to reset. Things are never going to be how they were before. Nor should they. Nor should they ever go backwards anyway, right? We always want to move forward with intention, move forward with possibilities. To be a possibilitarian, I freaking love that so much. To be a possibilitarian. To open up to all that you can be. Hello, hey my friends, great to see you. Waving, people are waving at me, it's fun. Oh, it's so good. But to be a possibilitarian, to open up to all that you can be, all that you desire. And after all these changes, after this last couple of years, I believe your desires have changed. Again, we don't want to go backwards. We don't want to do the exact same things we did 2 years ago. For our businesses, for our fulfillment, for our satisfaction, for our abundance, for our personal lives. Because it's changed. We've seen a different way of living. We've had a different way of connection, some of which is absolutely stunning and beautiful, just like coming here to you now, which is so freaking cool. So cool that I can reach out to you, my friends from around the globe, and be here with you and have this conversation. Now, yes, we're not in person. Now, if you're like me, I've been craving that connection. I miss that connection. And yes, I too have been comfortable on my couch. I've continued to work because most of my work is from home. But it's easy to fall into a pattern, a rut, comfort zone, the comfort zone. Build up some walls, make it easy, make it comfortable. But aren't you feeling that longing for something different? Aren't you feeling that longing for change? Something more fulfilling, something more with connection, with soul purpose, right? Because I am hungry for connection. I am hungry to meet up in person. I'm hungry for hugs and touch and listening in deep to people's stories. For curiosity, I am curious. So, and now seems like the perfect time to be talking about this at summer solstice, as this is the longest day of the year. If you're up here in the northern hemisphere, it's the darkest day of the year, I believe, down if you're down under, because I do have so many of my people are all over the globe, which is also so beautiful. But it's a perfect time for reconnection. To step out, my friends, to step out, to show up and participate more fully in your desires, in your life, in your passions. Oh, it's so good. And I say this all the time. I say this in my yoga classes that I teach, to be present in your body, to embody all that you desire, to be present in your mind, to be present in your spirit, to take the time to show up, to be there, right? To be there, to be here, right here. And we are creating a new way of being. We can create actually what we want, and that's what I'm talking about. So it's time for a reset. So it's kind of reevaluating what's most important to you. What are your values? What's important to you now that maybe you didn't think about before? What's important to you now that you want to step more into that is more fulfilling? Because people, it's about change. It's about curiosity. It's about expanding into something new, into something more, for your pleasure, for your abundance. And that is so juicy. That is so juicy. So you don't want to go backwards. I said that before. You don't want to go backwards. You want to come out of this pandemic. You want to come out of this time of isolation. And even whether we didn't have a pandemic or not, it's still a time for change. Again, here we have the longest day of the year. Where do you want to go from here? Oh, thank you for the hearts. I love seeing that and the waves. It's so good. Where do you want to go from here? Have you sat down to think about it? Have you sat down to journal about it? Now, you know me, or if you don't know me, I'm a big proponent of journaling. I have my journals all over the place here. Because it gives me time to think and to question and to dive into possibilities. In fact, I have a journaling class every Tuesday afternoon at 3 o'clock here in California on Zoom, where we do dive into possibilities and prompts and journaling and ideas and experiences and explorations. So if you want to join me, I'll put the link down below. I would love to have you come to that class. I have several offerings, you guys, but what I love is just to get you moving and grooving. Moving your body. Again, if you don't know me, I have a global dance company. I've been leading a tribal belly dance genre around the world for the last 30 years. I teach yoga, I teach movement, I teach meditation, journaling, as well as becoming your coach for stepping into your possibilities. But we're talking about a reset. We're talking about reinvention. We're talking about renewal. So maybe you have passed on taking care of yourself just a little bit. Maybe you've gotten lazy. Maybe you've gotten too comfortable. Any of you know what I'm talking about? Any of you know what I'm talking about? Maybe you've been kicking into that introvert mentality. And it's scary to come back out. It's scary to step outside and join a group. Now, like I was saying to you earlier, I have missed that. I have missed that in-person connection. I have just started a whole new women's gathering circle here where I live in the Coachella Valley in the desert near Palm Springs. Because I want to gather together with magical women who are making change in the world, who are creating. Because I have the expertise, I have the experience, I have the tools, but I also have the desire to be in circle. And I want to reset some of how I used to be. I want to review what was working that's not working now. I want to renew the things that were working that made me feel alive. Can you do that for yourself? Can you review what was working and what wasn't working? What would you like more of? And isn't that just juicy when you can rewrite the way you want your life to be? Because you can. And you can make the choice, you can make the decision to make a change, to step into that. So let's just squash the fear of moving out into the world, moving forward from your heart with intention. What are you desiring? What do you want more of? Let me know. Write in the chat what you want more of. I want to know what you want more of. And look at what wasn't working. And then how you can rewrite that. So you know what I'm doing? I'm giving you a free masterclass this Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific time on Zoom. I'm going to put the registration link below so you guys can join in and come to that masterclass. We're going to talk more about this because I don't want to leave you feeling unmotivated. I don't want you to feel the lack of your desires because we are all worthy. We are all here to live with pleasure, to expand our life, our heart's desires. Because what happens when we do, when we live with pleasure, is that we open ourselves up and we touch those around us. And we inspire those around us. And whether that's to gain business, which is also perfect and fabulous as entrepreneurial women, creatives, stepping more into the business that we want to create. And we want to draw people to us. But you got to know why. So what's your rewrite? Why do you want to do those things you want to do? Simon Sinek says people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. So the biggest question here of all time is why? Why do you want these things? So as you rewrite your story, as you reset, as you renew, review. See, everything's beginning with that R-E. Reinvent. What are the other words that you can use for that? Reset, renew, because really, my friends, it's time to fall back in love with yourself. That is of the utmost, to fall back in love with yourself, to show up, to stand up, to participate. And even if you feel like that introvert, even if you feel scared to show yourself, I want to know your story. I want to know what you do. And I want to share you. Because it takes all of us to make this beautiful circle. You've got to remember that. It takes a tribe. It takes a leader. It takes a tribe to support each other. Because we all have our place here in this world. You have a unique gift. You are worthy to show up and stand up and share what you love. Now, whether that's a business or a passion or a hobby or whatever, maybe you want to cook a meal for some friends. How beautiful is that? Maybe you want to teach a class. Maybe you want to open a dance studio. Maybe you want to paint a painting. Maybe you want to raise a family. But to show up and participate and not be afraid to say, this is what I want. I'm resetting my goals now. I'm renewing my passion for living. I'm renewing my passion for taking care of myself so I can show up for you. And I'm going to rewrite this the way I want it. How many are you in? You ready to do this? Are you ready to rewrite your story? Are you ready to get some support from me? Are you ready to join my class on Saturday, my free masterclass, Saturday at 10 a.m. on Zoom? I'm resetting and rewriting your story. All right, thanks for the hearts, my friends. It's so good, so good. It's really hard for me to see all the comments, but I see the waves. I see the people coming in. It's beautiful, beautiful. And of course, there's the replay for this. And if you can't make that time on Saturday, you still need to register and you can get the replay. But I'm so passionate about this because I'm tired of seeing my women friends shrink and be fearful of moving forward and afraid to show up. Because it's still time for you to stand up into what you desire, to claim what you desire. You know what I'm talking about? And it's good. It's good for you to want what you want. It's good for you to have those desires, but to get clarity on them is what's going to make them happen. To become a magnet, because you know exactly what it is you want in detail and why you want it. Because how is it going to make you feel? Ultimately, the biggest picture of this whole thing is to feel good, to live life fully and to feel really good and to show up. And that's what I want for you. I get very excited talking about this because I get it. I understand, and I am there, and I have been there, and I want this as much as you do. And let's do this together. If you're desiring some one-on-one coaching, I am also there for you. In that respect, that's a beautiful way to move forward. We can really focus and pinpoint on things. You can join this masterclass on Saturday. I also have a course called From Chaos to Creativity that just went online last week. It's a 5-week do-it-yourself course. I'll put the link for that down below too. And that might be just the way that you need to move forward to get some clarity and get some action steps. But regardless, I want to see you shine. I want to see you be illuminated, those desires, those passions. To leave that past behind, to release those old stories and that old way of being before the pandemic. It's time for you to show up. It's time for you to step up, step out. All right, you with me? Who's with me? Leave your comments. I want to see your comments. I want to see what's happening. I want to see how you're feeling. What questions do you have for me? What questions do you have for me? I love seeing you here, my friends. All right, so I hope to see you Saturday. Like I said, I'll put the link below for the masterclass on Saturday. I'll put the link for the online course From Chaos to Creativity if that is ringing your chimes. And if not, you know, if you're here with me, I love it. I love it. I love to grow our tribe. I love to grow our community and support each other, to lift each other up. And you, my friends, have a blessed rest of your day. Peace out.